Well, how about this new dude that just fought in the UFC?
Oh my God! Did you see that guy?
Yeah.
Shaiban.
Yeah. One eye.
He's a savage though.
He's fucking
Are we
good,
talking about
dude.
the Russian dude?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's
How
scary
good is
looking
he
dude too.
striking?
And
Oh
that
yeah, he's
dude is
terrifying with the one
nasty.
eye.
That dude is nasty.
Isn't it crazy how good he can fight with one eye?
Recently, fighters from the mountains of Caucasus, particularly from Dagestan, are getting deeper and deeper into the world's best league and amazing the fans with their work ethic and mastery. However, the fighters we're going to talk about today impresses with slightly different attributes, which break the stereotypes and established opinions about athletes from these places.
Долю работы сейчас зашли. Это конец, ребята! Вот это финиш от Шарабутдина Магомедова!
Sharabutdin Magomedov, also known as Shara Bullet, wins people over his fighting style that doesn't leave anyone indifferent. And today, we would like to overview the best performances from the Pirate in which he got the job done in a brilliant fashion. As we already said, the distinctive feature of the Dagestani beast is the fact that he prefers to dismantle his opponents not with his ground game, wrestling or grappling, but with a striking technique that can catch a chin or other body parts of absolutely every athlete, even with a very solid defense. Shara Bullet enters the cage and gradually opens like a lotus flower. Only in his case, it means that he utilizes every single tool in his arsenal, because the variety of his attacks is huge. He doesn't care in which position he is, whether he pressures and attacks or defends and counters, finds himself in the clinch or on the ground, he will always find a way to attack his vis-a-vis, and with such a power that his opponent might seriously think that he shouldn't have taken this fight. But enough of an introduction, let's get to the most interesting stuff. It just so happens that at first our hero was performing in Muay Thai, but it's impossible to find any bouts from that period of time. Later, Sharabutdin Magomedov aimed at conquering the MMA, and if we believe the information from open sources, his debut took place in December of 2017. His opponent in Yinchang Bao was put out in 43 seconds by a TKO. By March of 2018, Shara Bullet added 3 more vivid victories to his record, which were earned by stoppages. But again, unfortunately, there are no recordings of these fights. Then, there was a period in the Dagestani's career when he fought in Pop MMA, namely the promotion called Nashe Dilo. In September, he was offered a fight with Ivan Maidenchuk. The fight between the Pirate and the Puncher was remembered by everybody at the arena, because Ivan, by his nature, also always strived to deliver flashy spectacles with his striking skills, while Magomedov was simply born to shine. Overall, Sharabutdin acted in his usual manner, brilliantly managed the distance, timely countered, and wisely spent his energy. One couldn't help but notice Maidenchuk's nervousness, as he didn't know how to approach such a well-rounded striker. That's why he acted very cautiously. However, he couldn't postpone the inevitable outcome for too long. In the second half of the first round, the Dagestani began pressing him to the cage more actively. Very soon, he dropped his opponent on the mat with one of his kicks. Shara spent some time on trying to score a finish until the referee stepped in and put the guys back up. Another knockdown from the Pirate came in less than a minute, and he ultimately boarded his victim. At first, it seemed that Maidenchuk was saved by the bell, but in reality, he couldn't recover from the received damage and lost to our hero by a TKO, as his corner didn't allow Ivan to go into the next round.
И опять размен! Падает Мaidenchuk, и Шарабутдин Магомедов пытается завершить поединок. Если продолжит пассивно защищаться, сейчас Иван будет...
In April of 2022, Shara Bullet clashed with another vis-a-vis in the Pop MMA promotion. His name was Pavel Botski. As we know, this fight was for a title, so it's no wonder that both of them were focused on winning as never before. Given the fact that this cage was smaller, Sharabutdin did not waste any time on studying his opponent. he immediately got to work and began aggressively pressing Pavel to the fence, peppering him with sharp kicks to different levels. After 2 minutes passed, Magomedov finished what he started in his signature style, spectacularly, aggressively, and viciously. At first, he caught Botski with a big jab, which was already enough for an unconditional victory, and then he pounced on him with furious follow-up shots, which finally put this fight to an end. No comments.
Ну, такое ощущение, что... Чем оборонять соперника! Готовится добивать Шара! Вот это да! Причем казалось, что вроде опасность уже миновала.
And now, let's get back to his professional career. After all, fights in the YouTube segment weren't counted in the Dagestani's resume, at least according to Wikipedia. On July 15th of 2021, Sharabutdin Magomedov debuted in the Russian league called AMC Fight Nights. He clashed with Yakub Kadiev at the 103rd event. By the way, starting from this fight, our hero transitioned to the middleweight division. Overall, the situation in the cage was the following. Yakub Kadiev was taking the initiative and not knowing what a reverse gear is, forged ahead at such a formidable striker as Shara. However, he didn't really benefit from that. Not only did he begin to gas out and frantically gasp for air, the Dagestani beast also added fuel to the fire with his counterattacks in the form of kicks that he drilled for all those of Muay Thai training. Soon, Shara Bullet's opponent got completely lost in the sauce. He didn't know how to react to what Sharabutdin was offering him, and his confidence in himself was literally melting away. Magomedov's cold-blooded adherence to the game plan quickly led to the expected outcome. After getting Yakub in a clinch, Pirate began to blast him with vicious knees, which began to work almost immediately. A brutal victory by a TKO did not take too long. A ruthless series of knees did its thing, and Shara Bullet earned another win in vicious fashion. The Dagestani returned to the cage 3 months later. On October 16th at AMC Fight Nights 105, the gladiator, willing to add another highlight to his resume, walked out to the octagon to get rid of Mikhail Alakaverian. It just so happened that Shara's flashy and dangerous fighting style attracted a lot of people. It's not a secret to anybody that the most efficient and famous kryptonite to this style is wrestling. Mikhail naively thought that he could hold the beast with his control and restrain his temper. However, as we found out later, his efforts did not pay off. As you can see, the bigger part of the round unfolded at the fence. Magomedov acted on the fly and as always got the most out of the situation he was in. In this case, he attacked his opponent with elbows from the clinch. As soon as he realized that Alakaverian was not in a hurry to push the pace, he added deadly knees to his attacks. A stunned fighter tried to separate to give himself time to recover, but it only pushed him closer to the finish line. Near the end of the first round, he decided to press the Pirate to the fence again and suddenly ate a huge elbow with his face. This shot did not leave him any chances to survive, while Shara Bullet achieved what he wanted, adding another memorable highlight to his record.
Себя уверенно Шарабутдин Магомедов. О, прямое попадание!
A month later, our hero appeared at AMC Fight Nights 106. We already mentioned this bout on our channel a couple of times, and we might as well do it again, because we already said in the previous videos, this performance of Sharabutdin deserves an Oscar. The Dagestani was up against Joel dos Santos. Everything started with pressure from Magomedov. He did not waste too much time thinking what he should do and instantly utilized his main weapon, his extremely sharp limbs. He used them mostly in counterattacks, breaking the rhythm of his opponent and battering him with every minute. That's how the entire first round went down, filled with pain and suffering for the Brazilian fighter. And we don't really have much to say about the second one, besides the fact that it was all over 13 seconds in. The Pirate attacked Dos Santos with a kick to the head, scoring one of the most spectacular victories in his career. But the most curious thing here is that he landed this strike on the target with a heel. Do you often see these kinds of knockouts from an MMA fighter, let alone the guy from the mountains? We think not. Then, as Wikipedia tells us, Shara Bullet broke into the promotion called Arena Global and beat Rodrigo Carlos at the 17th event. This fight was for the title and took place in the light heavyweight division. However, we don't have a recording of this fight, so just take our word for it. In August of 2022, Sharabutdin debuted at RCC Intro 22. His opponent was Sergey Martinov. By the way, after a one-off outing in the upper weight class, Shara returned to the middleweight division. Moreover, his very first appearance in the new promotion was the main event of the evening. In other words, the fight was spectacular. A highly promising prospect from Dagestan demonstrated brilliant work on the feet and outdid the Butcher in any given aspect. He effortlessly outstruck and drained his victim for 1.5 rounds. Closer to the middle of the second one, he managed to finish the job, and as always, in spectacular fashion. At first, he once again stunned Martinov with an attack, and then added a series of teeth-shattering knees in the clinch, earning a triumph. The last performances of our hero outside of the World's Best League happened in December of the same 2022. On December the 3rd, he competed at RCC 13, where he beat Mikhail Rogozin via unanimous decision. And on December 11th, just a week after the previous fight, he got an opportunity to show his skills at a Thailand Fighting Championship event. With all due respect to the fighter from India, this fight was ridiculously short. As soon as the bell rang, the poor guy rushed at Shara Bullet and ate a knee, which put an end to the fight that barely started. Nominal follow-up shots from the Pirate earned him his 11th victory in his professional career. And the fact that he needed only 8 seconds to do that doesn't require any additional comments. In October of 2023, Sharabutdin Magomedov became a part of the UFC roster. In his debut, he beat Bruno Silva at UFC 294 and snatched the victory by a unanimous decision. And his next appearance in the main octagon happened only in June of 2024. The opponent of the Dagestani Pirate was Antonio Trocoli. This guy was even less lucky than all of Shara's previous opponents combined, all because he happened to be more durable to damage and pressure from the Dagestani, who was chipping away at his health for 2.5 rounds. Only by the middle of the third round did Magomedov show mercy to his opponent and finish him by a TKO, earning himself a Performance of the Night bonus. Eventually, our hero had one more fight. In August, this time he beat the Pulp Mikhail Alexichuk, who made it to the final bell. Right now, Shara Bullet is already considered a star of the major promotion. He is known in many parts of the world, he shoots in movies, has a flashy fighting style, and treats us with his performances. Given that, he has all the chances to have a great career, not only in combat sports, and that means that we can only be happy for the guy and wish him to multiply his success. Leave your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos, and of course, hit the like button if you enjoyed this one. See you soon.